Hey Crafty Dolls, welcome back, and thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. If you're new, my name is Amber Michawn and I love all things budget-friendly home decor. But if you're not new, hey doll, hey. Today I'm sharing with you some of my favorite spring and Easter decor DIYs. I really hope you enjoy this video, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So I got this Noel sign from the Dollar General. It says $5, but I think it was literally like 40 cents. It was like 95% off. I picked it up not too long ago, but I decided this was the best to use for this sign. I actually want to keep the Noel and the beaded wreath. So I'm just going to keep that on there and cover it with some brown craft paper. But I tried to take the backing out, and as you can see, the border completely fell apart on me. It happens. You guys are crafters, you know, sometimes it happens. It doesn't work out the way that it should. But you can always fix it with glue. So I'm using some super glue gel and just going to attach it on the corners. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Set that aside to dry and it'll be fine. Now I'm going to turn the backing or the insert over and remove the tag using my heat tool. Then I'm going to take my crystal chalk paint from Waverly and give this sign 2 good coats of paint. I absolutely love using this crystal blue color for spring. It's so bright and vibrant and pretty. Then I'm going to take these apple barrel acrylic paint colors in Harvest Orange, Kelly Green, and Snow White. And I am going to be painting my wood cutouts from Dollar Tree. I have 11 bunnies and 1 carrot, I believe. So I gave the bunnies 3 coat paints of that Snow White because I just wanted them to be really stark white and white. And then I painted my carrot, of course, with the Harvest Orange, and then the stem with the Kelly Green. This is what everything looks like once it is done painted and dried. And then this is what my frame looks like. It's all put together. It looks great. Wonderful, right? So now, y'all, I have a full house. I don't know if you can hear these boys behind me, but they only want to be near me. And sometimes it's great, but when I'm trying to do this, like, it is what it is. Anyways, I just hot glued the insert back into the frame, and then I move on to arrange my bunnies and my carrots the way that I want. I do 3 across and 4 down with the carrot on the far side, and that's it. Hot glue it down and you are all done. I really do love how this turned out, and I mean, it was a pillow on Kirkland's, but I made it into a sign and it works perfectly for what I want in my home. So from Dollar Tree Plus section, I got this $5 truck around Halloween time, obviously with the pumpkin and the black florals in there. And I am going to paint this using my sage green chalk paint color from Folk Art. Now, the first thing I did is removed all of the stuff that was on the bed of the truck, which was actually more difficult than I thought. I ended up having to get my heat tool because the glue was gluing on there real good. And I needed to just, loosen up the glue a bit. And it came right up once I got my heat tool on that. And I just kind of took some of it off. And then I am just going to go ahead and paint this truck using that green color. And I did about 3 coats. I didn't worry about the bed of the truck because I knew that I would be painting that anyways. So I didn't worry about trying to get everything up off of that part. This is what my truck looks like once I'm complete. And then I'm going to use some Spanish moss, some brown Spanish moss. Got this from Hobby Lobby for about $4, this big pack. And then I have some golden eggs that I thought I was going to use, but I ended up not using them. And then I have 4 carrots from the Dollar Tree. All this stuff I've had on hand since like 2 springs ago. And then I have a berry mix floral arrangement from Walmart that I'm just going to pick some pieces off. So the first thing I did is took just a wad of that Spanish moss and hot glued it down to the bed of that truck. And I swear, you guys, I have not been using this dual temperature Sure Bonder green glue gun too often, and I promise you it's like mad at me that I haven't been using it, and it's just not working the way that I want it to. So after some trial and error, I finally got it working the way I wanted. Hot glue down my Spanish moss and arrange my carrots the way that I wanted, using some hot glue as well as the greenery. Like I said, I thought I was going to use the gold eggs. I tried to put it on there, but the egg wasn't egging in this truck, so I just needed to set it aside, and that's what I did. I then decided that I wanted to get some color dimension in this truck because everything was just green, green, green. So I decided to use my black paint pen and outline where the tires were. Then I was like, oh, I should probably fill this in. So I went back with some ink chalk paint and a small paintbrush and just filled in my tire, as well as using some hazelnut to fill in like the rim part of it. I like it. I think it's really cute. I left the other side just green on green so you can see the difference in, you know, see what you want to do. But that's it for this one. Super easy, super adorable spring decor, and you can change it out with all seasons. Just keep repainting it, and spray painting might be easier. Really quickly, y'all, I want to say that this video is also part of a collaboration with some of my sweetest friends here on YouTube. We try to collaborate every month, and I finally got back to join them, and I'm super excited. Our host is always Liana DIY, so make sure you go ahead and check her channel out. And today's guest host is going to be Maria from Crafting with Maria. You'll also get a ton of inspiration from some of my other sweet friends like Lori and Emily and DIY Next Door. So make sure you head down to my description box. There you will find the link to the playlist as well as everybody else's channels. And make sure you tell them I said hi. All right, dolls, let's get back to the DIYs. So I have all this stuff on hand. So I have 2 of these MDF boards. You guys know when you buy shelves and they have this extra pieces that can be like your backing or like extra support. This is where mine came from all of my IKEA purchases of all of my shelving and my cabinetry. Like that's where it came from. So I just have those laying around. And then I have these square doll rods that I picked up from Amazon. It's linked to my Amazon store in my description box. I'm using 4 of them. And then I have this trio of bunnies that I actually got from Michael's. Last spring, I got it off season, so it was only $1.50, I believe. So the first thing I did is going to attach my 2 MDF board pieces together using some hot glue and a whole heck of a lot of broken or used craft sticks that I've cut off. And so I just use that for extra support. It looks funky to me, so you know me, I'm going to cover this sucker with some brown craft paper, and that's exactly what I did. And then I measured my dowel rods around the perimeter of, or the border of my sign so I can get a nice frame. 2 of the sides are a little bit shorter, but it doesn't bother me none. I just hot glued it down into place, and then I'm going to paint this using some white regular chalk paint, and I gave this 2 coats. Letting that sit aside to dry, I'm going to work on my trio of bunnies. First, I'm going to remove the jute hanger that is on the back side. Then I'm going to use 3 different colors. I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paint in crystal, as well as this celery color. It's like a green color. It's like a pastel green. And then my cameo pink color from Apple Barrel. It's acrylic paint. So I just did the first bunny in that crystal color, the second in pink, and the third in the celery color. I will say that the chalk paint felt like it went on a lot more watery. The acrylic paint actually went on very smooth and very well. It was, I don't know, I did 3 coats of the crystal in the green color, but only 2 coats of the pink. So I'm not sure what's going on there or if my surface is different. But it worked out. Anyways, I'm letting that sit aside to dry. Then I'm using my Cricut Joy. I just wanted to show this because I absolutely love the Joy small, compact size. I can still put everything on my workstation, my computer, and still have enough room to move around and let this do its thing. And the font that I'm using actually for everything is going to be Sugar Brew, I believe. It's in my description box. But I just wanted to say I just love my Cricut Joy. So if you're thinking about getting a Cricut, I would start with this one. It's the cheapest out of the 3. It's the most compact and it's the easiest to use. So anyways, I cut out a few phrases, my kids' names, and then the phrase Our Little Bunnies. Once all of my surfaces are dry, I'm going to take those bunnies and I'm going to use my finger sander and sand down my bunnies. I'm just looking for a little bit more of a farmhouse touch, and I love distressing by sanding down. I'm not too big of a fan of paint distressing. I just love taking a sanding sponge or a block or whatever and going to town and just ripping up the paint a bit. So then I just weed out everything that I need for my kids' names, Caleb, Phoebe, and Isaiah, and place those at the bottom of each of those bunnies. And then I put that on top of the white sign so that I can position the Our Little Bunnies phrase correctly. And then just varnish that over at the top. And then for my little girl Phoebe, I decided to use the jute hanger that came with the bunnies, and I just made a simple, easy shoelace bow and hot glued that at the top underneath those bunny ears. And that is it for this one. So adorable, y'all. I absolutely love this. I only purchased the trio bunny, so it cost me less than $2 to make this because I already had everything else on hand. I think it's adorable, and I know that you guys should make it because you will absolutely love it. Next DIY, I'm using this shadow box sign that I got from Dollar General. It was on clearance from Christmas. It was originally $2, but I actually got it for literally, I'm not joking, like 20 cents. So I stacked up when I found these at Dollar General. I popped out the back of the sign, which is actually really hard to do. And I'm going to cover the front with brown craft paper and paint the back with some white chalk paint. Okay then. Then I'm going to sand down the frame and then paint that with my dusk chalk paint. The next thing I do after my sign is fully painted white. I'm going to take the Floral rub-on transfers that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to measure that out and just mark that down with my pen and then cut that to size so that way it can fit on the front of my sign now. So I'm just going to transfer that over, rub that on really hard. You know, sometimes these rub-on transfers are really easy to get over, and sometimes they take just a little bit love, care, and attention. So that's what it needed from me. The next thing I did is just took a piece of wood that I just like some scrap wood pieces. I painted that with my moss colored chalk paint and then transferred over "You Are a Wildflower" phrase from the same set of rub-on transfers from the first DIY. So I just put that over there, and then I hot glued it down onto a Jenga piece and then right in the middle of that sign, and then popped everything back into place. And that's it for this one. I think it's adorable. It's so cute. I love all of the colors, and it just brings so much spring-like vibes and happiness to me. It's super cute. One is super simple. All I did is took a vase, like a little mini vase. I can't remember where I got this. I want to say it was Target, and it was only $1 in the Target dollar spot section, but I think it came in a pack of 3. And I just transferred over some of the flowers. And that's it for this one. You can style it any way you want, but I love how easy it is. For my last DIY today, I am taking this mason jar that I picked up around Halloween last year, and I have just even more of the rub-on transfers that I've been using this entire video. So all I do is remove the twine that's at the top along with the galvanized piece at top. I covered the front with brown craft paper and painted the back with my Waverly chalk paint in white. And then for this mason jar, I'm just going to randomly place some of the phrases and the floral pieces all around. I'm really a fan. Okay. I'm really a fan of really just random phrases and the way things are. Like, they don't have to be right side up. They can be kind of turned to, you know, horizontally or whatever. I'm just really a fan of just the random pieces of decor look. And I hot glue the galvanized piece right back on top. And I also put a galvanized heart onto the side. And then I just added some of the jute back to the top, and that is it for this one too. Super cute, really adorable, and I love all of these hacks, y'all. I'm going to take this easel stand that I got from the Dollar Tree. It's kind of new to me. And then some twine that I got from Walmart. And then this wired, what is this? It's like floral wire. It's 55 cents. I got this from Walmart as well. So what I do is I am actually going to loop this around and make some bunny ears. And I just use my wire cutters to cut those down to size. Once I am happy with the look of the first one, then I just measure out the second one that way. Then I actually take some thinner twine that I got. This is from the Dollar Tree in the automotive section. The original jute that I had was a little bit too thick to wrap around the floral wire, so I just got some thinner some thinner jute, that I got from the Dollar Tree. And then I just wrap that around until it is fully covered all the way down. And I use just hot glue to secure it in place. After I was done with those two pieces, I then just formed them and shaped them into some bunny ears, and I just did the best that I could to get them to match up. And then at the ends of them, I decided to like twist it, kind of like a twist tie around itself, so that way it kind of stayed in place. And then I used just a little bit of hot glue to hot glue it down into place. I then actually went and took my lighter because I had a lot of wispies and I needed them down because I just wanted it to look really clean. So I just put my lighter to the twine just a little bit so that way the flyaways would fly away. And anyways, then I just put hot glue at the bottom and the top of the twine bunny ears and secured them in place. And then I am going to use some greenery from a pick that I got at Walmart. I think it's like a rose bush kind of stem piece or something like that. And then I just hot glued some of those pieces down. I think I did 2 or 3 on each side. And then a little bit of the florals and the little berries. And just one like cream colored rose, mini rose. And that's it for this one. I really like it. I think it's adorable. I mean, you guys, this is super adorable. So cute. And it's really a nice spring decor for your tier tray. Next up, from the Dollar Tree, I am taking one of their new like Farmhouse shiplap signs. And then I have a pack of these bunnies from the Dollar Tree. And I'm also going to be using some wood beads and my what is this dark walnut stain. So what I do is I'm actually taking 8 of these bunnies. I thought I took 9, but I took 8 of them, and I just removed their little bunny tails on the bottom. It's just a mini cotton ball. You can just tear it up with your hands or use something. I have to use like 3 different things because they were actually stuck on here pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And a couple of them that I just pulled them up, the wood came up with it. So I decided to take my heat tool and try it that way, but then it was melting the cotton ball, so I just kept going and pulling it up myself. Anyways, once I got them all done, then I stained all of the bunnies with that dark walnut stain and then wiped it off with a dry paper towel and let that sit to dry for a few minutes. Next, I'm going to take some wood beads. These are going to probably be about 16 millimeters in size. And I think I put 12 in this Ziploc bag and put some Snow White acrylic paint in it just to paint these and then just swish it around. And then I put it in the top of a box, like a box lid, and then swirl my beads around more. And then I tried a new method to get more paint on here because sometimes this method is tried and true and sometimes I don't get all of my beads painted correctly. So I tried a different way, and I guess it's just the luck of the draw of the day, you guys. But I still really do like this method where I put it into a Ziploc bag and then pour the contents into a box like lid and swirl it around so the excess paint comes off. Then I just let that sit to dry. After that, then I'm going to move back to my bunnies and just reattach all of their little tails using just a bead of hot glue, not too much. After that, I took some jute twine that I got also from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to fish through all of my beads on here. I think I did more beads than I painted more beads than I actually used. I think here, I only have about 9 beads. But anyways, I decided to hot glue my jute twine in the corner top of the sign on both ends. So I put 2 beads in between, on the end of each, and then 1 bunny, and then 1 bead, then a bunny, then a bead, so on and so forth until I end with 2 beads on the end. And then I just hot glued my little bunnies down to the jute twine, just on the where their ears are. Just kept it really simple, just a little bead of hot glue. You can use heavier duty glue if you want, but I haven't had a problem with them falling off, and they've been up for a few weeks. And then to just get a more secure hold on my bead string, I just hot glued the first bead in the corner of that sign. And that's it for this one. Super easy, just a few steps, and it's adorable. I really like this a lot. Y'all hear Phoebe? She says she want to talk to y'all for a second. What's up, girl? Hey, girl, hey. Next DIY, I took this beaded tag sign from the Dollar Tree, and I removed the beads along with the jute. And so basically what I did is I took 6 of my beads, and I painted them, I stained them using my dark walnut stain. And this is how I did it. I fished them onto some floral wire, bended that up, and then just dipped it into the stain container and let it sit to dry. I wiped it off with a dry paper towel, and then I just let it sit to dry for a little bit. I think maybe about 30 minutes while I was doing a couple of other DIYs. And after that was done, this is what they turned out to be. So basically all I did was just lengthen my string. So it was looped onto the bottom or to the end of this tag. So I just straightened it out and then alternated my natural wood bead along with my stained wood bead. Put that on there because I knew that I wanted to, or I left it loose because I was going to make a tassel. But first I decided to paint my tag using my white chalk paint from Waverly that I picked up from Walmart. Like I said, I wanted to attach a tassel onto the end of this tag sign. I lost the footage for it, but there's a bajillion videos you can watch on how to create a tassel. I've done so many on my channel here, so just look for those, but I lost that footage, so sorry about that. But I just attached it to the end of this garland tag, and then I cut out this bunny and this framed bunny from my Cricut Joy. I just searched Design Space for spring bunnies, and I just put that over with some transfer tape, and that's it for this DIY. Super adorable. I love making tiered tray garlands, especially beaded garlands, and I think this is perfect for one. All right, Crafty Dolls, that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below which one happens to be your favorite, or if you've already created some of my faves. All right, dolls, be blessed, stay safe, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye.